Hello and welcome back to downloadable content, and it must be the 1st of April, so we're expecting a joke. But I do not have a joke for you today. I actually have an update to take a look at for Blade and Sorcery U11. So without further ado, let's dive right in. They're calling this one a fresh coat of paint, and for the most part, this preview is just giving us a look into the U11 graphics makeover. And to be first and foremost, let's just state that this is coming to the PC VR and that this part of it is not coming to Nomad. And what that means is we're still getting U11 for Nomad, but this update that shows amazing graphics is not coming to Nomad. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at what they're talking about. And for the most part, let's look at the graphics. They're presenting us with the U11 graphics makeover. And look at this. It looks like you have some baked in lighting, which looks fantastic. I mean, the textures always looked pretty good in the vanilla maps of Blade and Sorcery, but the lighting is looking pretty crisp. Let's look at this. It says, to really understand the impact, let's have a look at the comparison of the before and after of the iconic dungeon photo we all know and love. So this is the before right here, and I hope the display capture does it, well, it's injustice, I suppose. This is what we currently have to work with right there. And here is the new and improved version. Look at that. That kind of looks like it's from The Witcher. Like if I just took like a turn my head and looked right back at it, that looks like it's from The Witcher. I mean, look at those seagulls. But honestly, no, look at the lighting, look at the shadows. It looks fantastic for being baked in, absolutely. And I think, you know, because it's a Unity game, the lighting in Unity always looks cool. So Unity lighting plus baked in, this is going to look pretty good. Let's take a look at another comparison picture of a different big boy room. Yeah, that looks pretty normal. This is what we have in U10. Now look at U11. Ooh, crisp. It just looks inviting. Like I want to hang out in there after I've done enough bloodshed. I just want to hang out in there. They're also noting that these changes are currently only impacting the dungeons right now, with plans to expand into the arena maps at some point in the horizon. So what does that mean for us? It sounds like that means that even when U11 finally comes out, that if this part of it is just affecting, as far as the graphics go, is just affecting the dungeons. So this awesome new lighting just coming out in the dungeons mode. They're also going over the actual tech, I want to say, about what's making it use. So that a lot have major updates have been to the lighting technology used. So in short, everything in the environment now receives dynamic lighting. So not just baked in like I previously assumed, but dynamic lighting, real-time lighting from a much bigger variety of light sources. So the torch, the sun rays, heck, maybe even a spell or two, the lighting is going to be different. Which sounds awesome. The new update, static objects receive beautiful dynamic lighting from nearly every source possible in the game. And most notably from the sun. Praise the sun, everyone. And yeah, these textures and lighting look fantastic now. Like I want to climb that wall. That's very inviting. Because in U10, I mean, not going to lie, while going through the dungeon, a lot of it just feels dark. Like where it shouldn't be dark. And a great call out is saying throughout the dungeons, you'll feel a much greater sensation of 3D detail. And however, this is not just simply tessellation. There are individual bricks that are true 3D, right? So obviously we have some tessellation, but these bricks right here, those are actual full 3D. Obviously the ones that you're climbing on are full 3D, but it's giving you that real sense that everything's not just a texture. And a lot of the big boy rooms, really, that the lighting serves, it just looks awesome. I mean, it really does. Like enough said, like even that flag, even though that's an alpha in the background, which, you know, I'd like to see changed to something else, but that flag made in alpha, the lighting hit it, makes it look, you know, believable. But I think the real standout champion of this one is the outside areas. Look at the cave. You know, this is right to the beachhead. I could just hang out there. That looks like a fun place to hang out. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. It says, this is about the point that your GPU starts sweating about this performance hits. But don't worry. Everything that was reworked is significantly more optimized than the old versions. So the bits of the cave rock that protrude out of the map and beyond the player's visions have been removed to reduce overhead. You know, always animate to your camera. If you don't see it, who cares? There were some cases where the total polygons and light maps for the rocks were reduced by as much as 70%. So in layman's terms, it translates to simple better optimization for dungeon rooms while still having it look awesome. And I gotta say, it looks awesome. And on top of the aforementioned big and obvious improvements, there are also tons of little graphical and environmental optimizations that you can experience for yourself. But wait, there's more. They're also letting us know of one secret bonus that's so cool. But two are even better. Also coming in U11 PC VR, Cosby has added support for post-processing profile options. This would be things like visual filters such as filmic, high contrast, etc. Who cares? Why do I care? Well, that means that modders can get in and make custom quote unquote looks for the game. So when they're making their maps and they want it to have like a certain feel, or they want the dungeon to feel like darker or scarier or spooky. Let's say they make a torture chamber, but they don't want it to be super bright with Unity light. They want to make it look their own, and that's what this is doing, referred to as aces in there. So it'd be cool to see what the modders that make levels really do with this new like film grain, filmatic effect, high contrast. Do whatever you want, but I think it's going to bring, you know, custom levels to a new level. It's not just importing, you know, a map from Roblox. You can really kind of make it your own with lighting. And that's the end of the great news. But with all great news comes, unfortunately, not so great news. So we want to know when it's released, right? It's April. Come on, it's April. Give me the game. Give me the update. Unfortunately, we're going to have to read a bit of this one. So the team are compiling all the U11 work as of today, April 1st, to make a playable internal build. And with that, they bug tested it to make sure that nothing's flat out broken, like we hope. It's hard to say how long this will take because it's a bit like asking, how long is a piece of string? And for that reason, we decided it is best not to say the exact release date, just in case something unforeseen pops up during bug fixing and delays things even more. And of course, we're all thinking it right now. Today is April 1st. So if we're reading the news on the day it's posted, you might be thinking that this is a joke, an April Fool's joke, but it's not. The Baron themselves are letting us know we wanted to do something for April Fools, and this isn't it. So Linica has actually made a mod, which is linked down here, which is dope, which does some pretty crazy things. We're not going to cover that, but that is the news and the preview news for the latest update for Blade and Sorcery U11. Once again, no official release date, but it's always great to take a glimpse at what they're working on. And right now we got to see an awesome look into new textures and new lighting. I, for one, am excited because Blade and Sorcery has never really been known for their graphics compared to other games, but I digress. Other than that, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're new to downloadable content, why not consider subscribing? It's free. All you have to do is click the little button down below and join up, and I will greatly appreciate it. But other than that, I am Rob from Downloadable Content, and I will see you in the next video.